coming up in London, and that's like massive news, and it's great to hear that, especially with all the challenges that you must have faced during the pandemic. So well done for that, and I'm sure everyone's looking forward to it.
Yeah, we are certainly looking forward to it.
Definitely. Can you just talk through about some of the challenges that you might have gone through, from the time that you bought the rights of Disco Dancer for the music to sort of like collaborating with Saregama, and then obviously the pandemic have hit. So how was it? I mean, how has it been like trying to come up with everything and recreate the music in such challenging times?
Well, see, first of all, this is it's such an iconic film. Disco
Yeah.
Dancer in 1982 was a film that hit 100 crore mark back then in
Yes.
19. So imagine the box office success that the film had, and incredible music, amazing screenplay, and of course Mithun Chakravarti, the superstar. His dance moves, his singing, his dance moves, his acting, and great screenplay, so much drama
Yeah.
in film. And I personally, like, I mean, we grew up listening to these songs. I was in my teens at that time, and
Yeah.
it was a big part of our growing up career. Music, disco as a genre in music has been around for almost like 5 decades. So it's kind of like it's something that I feel will go on and on forever, ever since its
Yeah.
evolution. And to bring all this into a musical and to put it up on stage live, the whole film live as a theatrical production was a big challenge.
Yeah.
To work out entry exits, to first of all get singers who can act, dance, and sing.
I know.
It's not easy.
That's why
So
that's what I was thinking. Like, it's such a huge achievement
it
to
was
find,
it was amazing,
yeah,
yeah.
to finally be able to see this live, and especially today's younger generation who must also be familiar with the songs because they are
Yeah,
iconic. Like, I
iconic.
grew up in the 90s, but yet the song Jimmy Jimmy Aja has been recreated in so many languages. I think there's a Chinese version which also became popular. And I actually wanted to ask, with regards to the song Disco Dancer, because you actually recreated that a few years back with Benny Dayal, right? And Tiger Shroff. I mean, what a better choice than him, who's got amazing dance moves. And of course, we do greatly miss the late Bappi Ledi. But I wanted to ask, now in this musical play, is it going to be sung by Benny Dayal as well?
No, this is going to
Okay.
be the actor who's actually performing, because
Oh, okay.
that was the
Okay,
whole
because I
plan.
thought they might. Ah, I see, I see. Because I thought they might put it as a playback. Okay.
So, we created Disco Dancer back in 2019, actually.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it was supposed to be on stage in 2020. And
Okay.
unfortunately, the pandemic hit us, and
Of course.
we had to just postpone everything. But we managed to get the song out at least. So
Hmm.
it's been around for 2 years, especially I'm a Disco Dancer 2.0.
Yes.
So that song has been out for everybody to hear and enjoy. And now they'll be able to see it live. And it's one of those things, uh, it's such an iconic film, and everything was over the top.
Definitely.
Everything
Definitely.
was larger than life. The story was larger than life. The rags to riches and all of that. It's got so much meat. The
Yeah.
script had so much meat, and to recreate that has been quite a lot of fun and a challenge. But it's been really nice to be able to create that.
I mean, I'm sure the audiences will love it and will hugely appreciate, because, people from previous generations, it will bring back all those memories, 40 years later, because I think the movie released in 1982, right? So it's been
Right.
exactly 40 years. And of course, Mitunda's moves were so iconic back in the days, but I'm sure that whoever is there in the cast will give full justice to where the choreography, and it will be great to sort of see a twist to the songs. Have you also recreated any other songs from the original album apart from these two?
The entire album has been recreated.
Okay, that's
we
great.
had to do it because we needed the singers to sing live.
Yes.
So all the singers are singing it, and so we had to recreate the songs. But what we've done is we've managed to keep the original nuances of the songs alive.
Yeah.
All the interludes are the same. The production is pretty much similar. We've tried to keep even the production very close to what the original songs were. It's just a little more digital and a little more electrifying.
So a little more upbeat. Can we expect to be a bit more upbeat, to different beats, the rhythm a little bit? Okay.
We tried to keep it as original as possible.
Yeah, as authentic as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I think only then will the audiences be able to kind of like, feel that, get that original feel.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, feel nostalgia, because otherwise what happens is, so many songs have been remixed in, the past 2 decades, and I feel like there's always comparisons with the original. But if you have kept it as close to the original, then at least that will sort of avoid those comparisons where people think, oh, maybe the original was better, when now we're actually trying to give you that nostalgic moment, as you said.
Absolutely.
So that's great that you've done that. And even then, it must have been a challenge to recreate it, I'm sure. Because living up to that sort of expectation, right?
Yeah,
and can you recall? Sure.
Yeah, this was it's not just Bapilari does music, but I mean, not just that, because we've created 2 originals on this for this musical, especially for this musical, and those 2 songs are so beautifully composed, and I mean, for us it was also pressure because it had to fit into that era. It had to fit into, in that time. And also the story almost feel like it was composed by the original composer. So that
definitely, I can imagine.
It gives you the feeling of oneness, when you listen to the entire score. It doesn't feel fragmented. So it was quite challenging, this bit of us composing 2 new songs for the musical, especially. Quite iconic.
But I mean, your track record of music is amazing and phenomenal. Like all your songs, whether it be Aaja Nachle or Band Baaja Baraat, everyone knows your songs are such amazing hits. And because you have done such great work over the years, I feel like obviously the expectation is there, but the audiences also know that, okay, if they hear, okay, I'm going to a musical, but the music has been recreated by Salim-Sulaiman, that already is like a selling factor, I think. Yeah,
you're very kind.
So that's amazing. And apart from that, I mean, how was it collaborating with Saregama?
Fab, fantastic.
Yeah,
great company, very supportive, respectful for the creators, and they've been they have a legacy of supporting good music for the longest time, and this is another feather in the hat.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Lastly, will you be coming to London, obviously, to watch some of these shows or to interact with the audiences at some point?
We would have loved to, but November.
Crazy schedule there.
Yeah.
Chalo, koi baat nahi. I'm
sure you city, actually, we haven't even been at home for so long, for enough time to actually think about traveling to London.
Yeah, we definitely look
forward to the next season. We would love to come and see the show. We of course seen the show a few times now, but would it be lovely to see it in the theater and enjoy that?
I think exactly. It would be good to see the audience's live reaction, wouldn't it? And I just want to say one last thing before we wrap up. As someone who grew up in Spain, because I grew up in Spain and I live in London, I have been always following your music, and there is one particular video which I have watched multiple times, I think countless number of times, which is at the GMA Awards in 2012, that tribute that you did for the late Rajesh
Khanna. Yeah.
And I just want to say that that's one of my favorite videos to watch, and whenever I'm feeling a bit low, I always listen to that, and it kind of cheers me up. So thank you so much for that.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, wish you all the best. All the best
Thanks.
with the music.
You.
And I hope you continue to make some amazing work.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
very
really.
much.
Very kind of you. Thank you.